Lab diamonds are more popular than ever, but buyers are also more confused than ever. What's up, everybody? I'm Osiris, a GI-trained diamond expert and owner of OsirisDiamonds.com. I'm a jeweler here in Miami, Florida, and I'm here to discuss diamonds, specifically lab diamonds. Some people say they're fake. Some people say natural diamonds are a scam. Some people say buy the cheapest lab diamond possible. And some want you to wait because prices keep dropping. So today, I'm gonna make this simple. What are lab diamonds? Why are they so much cheaper than natural diamonds? Why did prices drop? And more importantly, how do you avoid buying a cheap lab diamond that actually looks terrible? I'm also gonna show you some actual comparisons because I don't just want you to hear the differences, I want you to see it. Because if you don't know what to look for, you could easily waste thousands on a certified diamond that looks completely dead in person. So lab diamonds, they're real. They could be beautiful, they could save you a lot of money, but not every lab diamond is worth buying. So let's get into it. Let's start with the basic question. What is a lab diamond? A lab diamond is a real diamond that has been grown in a controlled laboratory environment instead of forming naturally inside the Earth's crust. It's not a cubic zirconia, it's not a moissanite, it's not glass, it's not a ring pop with ambition, it's a diamond, both carbon arranged in a diamond crystal structure. Chemically and optically the same. They are a diamond. The difference is origin. And the easiest way to think about it is ice. Yeah, ice from your freezer and ice from a glacier are both ice. One formed naturally, one formed in a controlled environment. But chemically, it's still frozen water. Now, does that mean lab diamonds and natural diamonds are the same emotionally, financially, or in terms of rarity? No. That is where the difference matters. Natural diamonds have that rarity story. Lab diamonds have the value story, and we're going to talk about both, but from a technical standpoint, lab diamonds are diamonds. And this is why they look like a diamond, and that's why they test like a diamond, and why a well-cut lab diamond can have the same kind of brilliance, fire, sparkle that people love. So notice what I said there, a well-cut lab diamond, because this is where buyers make the biggest mistake. They hear lab diamonds are real diamonds, and they should assume every lab diamond is automatically beautiful. No, a diamond could be real or lab and be ugly. Now let's do a quick test. I'm gonna show you two diamonds. One is a 2-carat natural diamond. One is a 2-carat lab diamond. Same lighting, same camera, same setup. I want you to actually look at them and see if you can tell the difference. Which is lab and which is natural. And be honest, don't lie to me through the screen. I could feel it. Pause the video, drop your guesses in the comments right now. Give yourself a second. Which one is natural? Which one is lab? Now here's the point. The point is not that lab and natural are the same in every way. They're not. The point is that lab are not fake diamonds. The difference is origin, rarity, and market value. So when someone says, I could just tell it's a lab, no, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Part 2, the biggest benefit of lab diamond is value. Now let's talk about the obvious reason people love lab diamonds, the price. Lab diamonds cost significantly less than natural diamonds, and honestly, once people see the price difference for the same visual look, it's hard to unsee it. Oh God, make it stop. Compared to natural diamonds, lab diamonds give buyers a massive price advantage that is not a small thing. For a lot of buyers, that could be the difference between a 1-carat and a 3-carat, or a 2-carat and a 6-carat. Maybe they use the savings for a wedding, a house, a honeymoon, or just not starting a marriage financially traumatized.
I declare bankruptcy!
And listen, I love diamonds. I literally discuss them for fun. And I'm aware that is not normal, but I also understand real life. Money matters, budgets matter, lab diamonds give buyers options. All right, part 3, why have lab diamonds prices changed so much? Let's talk about that. Because people see the prices today and ask, what happened? Did someone crash the market? And the simple answer is supply. Years ago, lab diamonds were newer. Production was way more limited. There were fewer growers, fewer factories, and fewer stones available. Now there are a lot more growers, more factories, more competition, and a lot of inventory. So basically the market got flooded. And when supply goes up, more diamonds are fighting for the same buyer, prices come down. That is not mysterious, that is business. And that does not mean lab diamonds are worthless. It just means they are manufactured products, and manufactured products respond to production, competition, and supply. So then the next question is, should I wait? Are lab diamonds going to keep getting cheaper? Maybe. Markets change. You are not day trading diamonds. You're buying jewelry. You're buying it for an engagement, for an anniversary gift, a piece you want to wear. If you save thousands compared to natural, and you got a beautiful diamond that made sense for your budget at the time, there's still value there. The goal is not to perfectly time the market. The goal is to buy the right diamond when it makes the most sense for you. Part 4, cheap does not mean quality. This is the main issue of lab diamonds today. The problem is not finding one, the problem is filtering them. There are thousands of lab diamonds available now. You can find cheap lab diamonds all day. Some are great values, but many are cheap because the cut is weak, the brilliance is poor, the diamond has gray, brown, or blue cast on it. It just doesn't have the life you want in a diamond. This is where curation matters. When I source diamonds for my clients through Osiris Diamonds, I'm not trying to find the cheapest diamond on the internet. I'm trying to find the right diamond that has an ideal cut that's going to perform best in real life at a fair competitive price. That means looking at the certificate, but also looking past the certificate, right? The cut, the brightness, the table and depth percentages, the crown angles, the length to width ratios, bow ties, windowing, the color appearance, okay? The measurements and the overall look of the diamond. Because there's always a cheaper diamond. The skill is knowing which diamonds have value and which ones are cheap for a reason. All right, part 5, resale truth. Now let's talk about the resale, because this is one of the biggest arguments people use against lab diamonds. And yes, we need to be honest. Lab diamonds are not investment diamonds. In fact, natural diamonds are terrible investments as well. They are for wearing. If you walk into a jewelry store trying to sell your lab diamond, many jewelers are not going to buy it back from you or will give you any money for it. That is true. But here's where I think this argument gets a little dishonest. People act like natural diamonds are this magical safe place where you just get your money back. It's not. Now, this is not how business works. Natural diamonds could absolutely take a major loss, especially if you bought the wrong diamond, overpaid, bought from a high markup store, or bought something with weak specs. A 50% loss of natural diamond is super common, and many experience up to an 80 to 85% loss in their natural diamond purchase. So let's use simple numbers. Say someone buys a natural diamond for $20,000. If you take it at a 50% loss, that's $10,000 gone. Now let's say someone buys a lab diamond, $3,000. Even if you pretend the resale value is zero, the total loss is $3,000. And in reality, maybe you could sell it privately and get $500 to $1,000 back. But the point is this: percentage loss is not the only thing that matters. Actual dollars loss matters too. So yes, natural diamonds usually have stronger resale history than lab diamonds. But that does not mean automatically that the natural diamond was a better financial decision. Diamonds are emotional purchases. They are not stock portfolios. So buy them for love, celebration, style, the meaning behind it, not because you're trying to beat the S&P 500 with a princess cut. Part 6, when should you buy a lab or natural? It depends on what you value. And this is where people online can get super annoying. Natural diamond people act like lab diamond personally insulted their family, and lab diamond people act like anyone buying natural is a complete fool. Everyone needs to relax. Both have a place. Natural diamonds have rarity, tradition, and earth mine origin. Lab diamonds give you more size, more flexibility, often more beauty for the money. Are you buying for rarity story, or are you buying for the look, size, and value story? Neither answer is wrong. The mistake is letting someone else tell you what you should care about. If natural origin matters deeply, buy the natural. If you just want the look and the budget matters more, lab might be the smarter choice for you. So don't let the internet, your cousin, your aunt, your jeweler, or the comment section pick your diamond for you. Now, let's talk about HPHT and versus CVD. And yes, this part sounds technical, but stay with me because this is one of those areas where people oversimplify things. So there are two major ways lab diamonds are grown: HPHT, high pressure, high temperature, and CVD, chemical vapor deposition. If you shop long enough, someone's going to tell you one method is amazing and the other one's trash. It is not that simple. Years ago, I leaned more into HPHT, and at the time, I liked that it was more of an as-grown process, much like a natural diamond is. I was more cautious with CVD because they could sometimes show gray or brown tones, right? Or post-growth treatments were used. But today, my view is more balanced. And honestly, I often like CVD now more because there's more options of CVD available today than before. And I'm always filtering for ideal cuts. So the most important for me is ideal cut, not origin or the way it was made, right? The growth treatment. And also HDHP is more expensive right now. So it not only is it more limiting, but it's more expensive. Now, I'm not gonna choose a diamond just because it says CVD. I do not reject a diamond just because it says HPHT, okay? The growth method matters, but the actual diamond matters more. The issue of HPHT, right? Again, it uses high pressure, high temperature, closer to the conditions that form natural diamonds in the earth. It can produce beautiful, bright, clean, sharp-looking stones, but there are things to watch for, okay? Some diamonds could show a blue nuance. Some can have electrical conductivity, okay? Those are trace elements like boron. Now, the issue for someone like you is if someone's doing a test on the lab diamond to see if it's a real diamond, it could actually read as moissanite. Okay, so it could confuse diamond testers. So if a real HPHT lab diamond triggers a tester in a weird way, that means it has boron. Now, that doesn't mean every single HPHT diamond has boron and is going to trigger a tester as a negative or as a moissanite. Okay, it's not true. Not all of them have boron, some do. So it doesn't automatically mean it's a fake diamond. It just means there's boron there and the tester may read as moissanite. Okay, I don't think anyone is caring for that unless you're a hip hop artist and you're going on the street and they're doing that fun little test where like, is that diamond real? And they're testing it. Well, HTHP has a possibility of testing as moissanite. Okay, so that's why you need proper certification, proper testing, and someone who understands what they're looking at. Now remember, it's not fake. It will have a lab diamond inscription on the side, laser inscribed, to show that it is in fact a lab diamond. Now, CVD could also produce beautiful diamonds, which is why I often use them now. But CVD has its own issues to watch for. There could be strain, haze, brown or gray tones, or a post-growth treatment used to improve color. At the end, the color is beautiful, right? And there's no issues. So I guess it doesn't matter, but it is a different method, right? Does that mean CVD is bad? No. It just means you have to look at the actual diamond. Every diamond I sell does not have a color cast. It's very important. There's a lot of cheap diamonds online that they don't disclose that. It could have brown, it could have gray or blue. Those are things that are not disclosed on most diamond sites. Every diamond I sell will have no color cast. So that's a very important distinction when you're working with a good jeweler, okay? Long story short, do not marry the growth method. Look at the stone, right? Does it look bright? Does it have life? How's the color? That's what matters. All right, part 8, certificate is important, but curation goes deeper than that. Let's talk about certificates. A lab diamond should absolutely be certified so you know exactly what you're buying. Carat weight, color, clarity, proportions, and proper laser inscription. For lab diamonds, the two big names where most buyers recognize are IGI and GIA. GIA has a stronger name. I was trained there, right? Especially because of the history of natural diamonds. But in the lab diamond market, you're going to encounter a lot more IGI. It's a lot more common in lab-grown diamonds for years. And suppliers use them because the reports are practical, detailed, and widely accepted for lab diamond inventory. So IGA reports usually lay out specific diamond details, like whether the diamond was grown by CVD or HPHT, and whether there was a post-growth treatment. GIA, obviously a respected lab, they have updated the lab-grown reporting as the market has evolved, but a lot of GI reports do not include growth method and post-growth treatment information. Kind of annoying. I don't know why they do that. So when you compare lab diamonds, do not just look at the logo on the top of the report. Look at what the report actually tells you. Then look at the diamond, because the certificate is the starting point. It is not the finish line. Two diamonds could look almost identical on paper and completely different in real life. Ultimately, lab versus natural is a values-based decision. Natural wins on rarity and tradition. Lab wins on value, size, and flexibility. So if you want help sourcing a lab diamond, natural diamond, or designing a custom ring, wedding band, or fine jewelry piece, please reach out to me directly through osirisdiamonds.com. I help people find diamonds that perform in real life, not just diamonds that look good on paper. If this video helped clear things up, hit the like button and subscribe for more honest diamond breakdowns, and let me know your thoughts on lab versus natural in the comments below.